Okay, so I have an FMX here, and so it has vertical bite wings, and we want to make a duplicate of this because this particular patient needs to take this copy of them with them because we are in the Stone Age where we still do film. So this is prior to digital, and this is the way we duplicate a full mouth series of films. So you have to take them out of the mount so that each individual exposure, you need to take it out. So first I'm going to go to my duplicating machine here, open the lid, and make sure I wipe it off. Just like little pieces of dust and stuff from that. So you're going to clean that off, and then there's a backlight you're going to turn on. So we can set this part up in the light. So you want to make sure you arrange this just as it looks on the mount, but if you put the mount on here, all of that will show up and it won't be a very clear duplicate. So you'll have to take each one out and arrange it in the same order just as it comes out of the mount, straight on like that. And you want to space them out so they're not touching or overlapping. And not spaced out too far because we have to get our duplicating film to fit on top of it without any of it hanging off the edge. So I gotta space these out a little more. Okay. So I have everything pretty tight in here without being touched by the next one. So that looks pretty good. Now, normally we would, at this point, go into this cabinet here. This is where we keep our duplicating film. And this is, there's a box in here. This is our duplicating film. And you would have to open this, but you wouldn't want to open this with the lights on. So you'd have to have just the red safety lights on and turn off the rest of the lights. And you would open this flap, and there's an envelope in here. It's like a package. And you would take one film out of the package, stick the envelope right back in, and put it in the cabinet just in case somebody comes in and turns on the lights on you. And otherwise that whole box of film gets exposed to light, which we don't want because it's very expensive. So when this gets low, maybe there isn't any film in there, we need to let somebody know, either a faculty or Miss Cindy or whoever's around, to try to refill it if we need to. Alright, so now we have everything set up here. So I would grab a duplicating film from that box. I've already gotten one out of there, so I have exposed this one to light. You would not want to expose it to light first, but just so you can see it for video purposes, this is what a duplicating film looks like if it's exposed to light. But we're going to just go through the motions, and I'm going to show you kind of how we do this. So get a little closer here. So what you want to do is make sure that this border is going to cover everything, and you also want to make sure the teeth, or these little ridges, are on the lower left side. That ensures that you have the emulsion side down. So you want to hover over, make sure you're going to cover everything, and then you just put it down. Once you put it down, you don't want to move it around or everything gets jumbled. So we have that all set. We're going to close the lid, lock it up, and then over here we're set up automatically to 25. That's the amount of time in seconds that it's going to take to do it. If it's darker to begin with, we're actually going to increase this so it'll be exposed to this light in the machine longer to lighten it actually. And then vice versa, if it's lighter, you're going to actually decrease this time. So you would do that here, 24, 25, 26. So we're going to go with 25. And I'm going to hit the go button, which is right here. So I'm going to hit this, let it go. It's going to count down from 25 to 0. And when it's done, it's going to beep. And then when we hear that beep, that's going to be our indication that we can open the lid and take the duplicating film and feed it through the processor. So we'll wait till it's done. All right, there was our triple beep, it's all done. So I'm gonna open this. And I would carefully try to grab the end and take it over here to the processor. Now I've turned the processor off because it's too loud for our video purposes, but I would just insert it like this in our processor and it would go through the rollers and everything inside and it would come out right here. And we would get something that looks kind of like this. This is actually a pan, but it would be the FMX that we just did. So it would kind of show up like that.